proud history of investing and developing in its staff. In terms of apprenticeships, this goes back to 2012 when we introduced what is now known as the Corporate Apprentice Scheme. This scheme was introduced to give opportunities to young people from West Norfolk to gain valuable work experience while gaining a qualification. Since 2012, the range of apprenticeship opportunities we've been able to offer has expanded greatly, including being able to offer apprenticeships to existing staff to enable them to develop and progress their careers with us.
So far I've really enjoyed my time here. I've been really welcomed into the team, and I didn't know how that was going to be because I was a young person joining a team of people who weren't necessarily my age or from the same background as me. But I was really welcomed in and I feel really comfortable working there.
Since effectively becoming an apprentice, I've now been promoted to full clerk of works within the borough. I have quite a lot of involvement within the major housing project, which is delivering a lot of units for the Borough Council, obviously making capital receipts and revenue receipts to help the council on a day-to-day basis in all areas. So
sometimes I think, oh, actually, yeah, I am an apprentice and I've come a long way. You know, once I first started, I was, scared to write an email, and now I'm, going out and telling businesses, advice and calling people up and doing things by myself. So yeah, it's completely different. 4 years on, it's been a lot.
I just couldn't see sixth form or college as an option. I didn't really want to continue just going to school, and this was a good way to develop a career and get experience in the workplace, because lots of workplaces these days really want you to have experience instead of just coming out straight out of school with like a piece of paper that says you've got these qualifications and stuff. They want you to have a couple of years experience.
I've been working directly with the community, with the public, as well as with my colleagues, and I think that's really increased my confidence in speaking to people. Near the start of my apprenticeship, I would have been really nervous to speak to even new colleagues that I hadn't spoken to before, and members of the public that I hadn't spoken to before, whereas now I'm really happy to just go in and speak and find out what they're all about and see how I can help people.
Actually seeing the officers and working with the officers, it inspired me to take on the apprenticeship as well. They've been so supportive. If I've got any queries or any questions, I can go to any of them and ask them. They've also been really great at getting me out and about to different places, so as well as this, which is a fantastic location to come and learn, I've actually been able to go and shadow officer inspections, so other aspects of environmental health, so health and safety, community nuisance, so they've been brilliant with that.
We understand how daunting it may be to be undertaking an apprenticeship and the studies required alongside the demands of a day-to-day job. So we know how hard you've all worked and are working to undertake the apprenticeships, and we're here to support you on your journey.
I've got quite a good support network, especially in our team. My manager and effectively the assistant director for our team as well is very supportive of what we do. They're always there to listen, help with us, learn from us as well, because it's always two-way. Every day's a school day, even if it's for them or us. So yeah, it's really good support network within my team.
So when I began my role, I was with obviously going out with officers to start with, so that was really interesting watching them first. So you build your confidence with an officer and you learn what they do, which is good to start with, because a lot of people who do the degree don't get that experience. They've done the degree and then they're straight into the job, whereas that way you get to learn both the degree and the job role and the other skills. So yeah, no, you first off going with officers, and then now I'm slowly going out on my own and doing my own workload, which is good.
The support you get in an office, or especially like an office I've been working in, is amazing. With local government, they really do help you out. People think you get straight into work and they'll just give you something you have no idea what to do and you'd be afraid to ask someone, but they will teach you and show you how to do everything, and you never feel out of your depth. And especially now, at the start I remember feeling like I was just a helper or like a nuisance to people, but now I really do feel part of a team.
We've had apprenticeships in our department for the last 3 years. One of them is an older, more experienced member of staff, and she took on the apprenticeship role just to learn some new skills. Another one that we had is also a more experienced member of staff who is learning something totally new. She's doing project management apprenticeship training course, and it's really pushing her to the limits, which is really good. And then I now have Freya, who's been with us for 1 year, and we still have her for a further year. Freya's fitted really well into our team. We've got a really diverse team, but Freya's done ever so well in getting into that. She's been coming to all kinds of meetings with myself, which gives her opportunities of experience that she wouldn't normally have. She's also been doing routine work with people in the team. She's been learning skills of customer service, people management. We've also looked at a bit more high-level strategic kind of work, and she's also been selected to do some work for the Deputy Leader, which is a research project, which she's very excited about.
At the moment, we've got more apprentices than we ever have. You know, the benefits are, you know, huge to both the organisation and to the individual. I mean, if I'd have been, you know, in some of these guys' positions now, and I didn't need to pay for, you know, a university degree, this would have been right on my street. You know, coming in, learning on the job, getting familiar with all the legislation before you even hit the uni desks. It's just fantastic. You're far ahead of anybody else coming out with a town planning degree who's not done any work experience. You know, and you're getting used to working in the environment here. You know, both in terms of the culture, in terms of your team's culture, you know, the culture of the department and the organisation as a whole.
Doing an apprenticeship has been really rewarding, and I'm so pleased that I've done it because I've been able to grow not only in my learning in, you know, degree and level 4, but also my other skills, so communication skills and other skills have, you know, come on tenfolds. Really looking forward to finishing my 3rd year and then focusing on my last year and then hopefully being qualified, so looking forward to it.
I always say to people that I have probably one of the best jobs at the Borough Council. I get to obviously spend time in the office, do the meeting side, but I also get the outside aspect, get to go around sites, see a lot of the new development that the Borough Council's doing. So I really enjoy my job, and it's not just one element of the job. I enjoy my job as an entirety. Going out on site is brilliant, talking to contractors, talking to subcontractors, and sometimes getting quite dirty on some of the sites. It's just me, I'm a more hands-on person. I really enjoy that element of my job as well.
So the variation of each day is something I really enjoy. It means I don't go to work and feel like I'm doing the same thing over and over again, getting bored of what I do, which makes me really enjoy the work I'm doing. And the people I work with are so good and so nice and friendly, and they've made me feel really part of the team.
This is one of my favourite aspects of my job. I love to come out every month. You get to see what's going on around the borough as well, speak to people when you're out and about, connect with people. It's a great way to enhance the learning that I'm doing in the classroom for the apprenticeship as well, because if I was just sat in a college in a classroom all of the time, I wouldn't be able to get this hands-on experience, and it's such a great way to learn.
I quite like the data entry aspect. I do a lot of data entry, and I quite like I know most people think it's repetitive and a bit boring, but I quite like that. It's quite interesting to me to do all of this stuff. I work a lot with stuff like Excel, words, and I've learned quite a bit about that since I started my role, and that's quite good. The council offer a lot of opportunities. Like I've been on multiple Excel courses. I've got a personal effective course coming up this month, and it's really interesting, all the stuff that we get to do and see.
I really enjoy helping businesses, so I do business advice for new businesses, so that could be both food and any business. So from I've had a salt producer to a candle makers to all sorts, so I really enjoy giving them information and going through a journey with them to how to set their business. It's rewarding when, you know, you give them the 5 and some people, you know, they cry with happiness or they thank you. I've been hugged a couple of times, so yeah, it's rewarding as well where you've been out to a premises and they've you know, got a lower score, and then you go back or to, you know, advise them or do a revisit, and then you go back and there's improvements made, so that, you know, it's really beneficial to see.
I'm really passionate about apprenticeships myself anyway, and then I can see how it works both ways for the apprentice and the team and myself, of seeing how my team works, what we actually do, how we link with the wider community, and all the things I can think of getting the apprentice involved with. So I do find it quite exciting.
We understand how daunting it may be to be undertaking an apprenticeship and the studies required alongside the demands of a day-to-day job. So we know how hard you've all worked and are working to undertake the apprenticeships, and we're here to support you on your journey.
But working, effectively full time, and a day out every week. You've got your coursework to do on top of that. You've got, a dissertation very probably to do. Certainly for the masters, you've got a dissertation to do, and they've all done really, really well. I mean, Helen has come through her course. She's going for a chartered town planner. With the RTPI, and she's passed a degree, and then all the other guys have gone on to be RTPI as well.
The support network, I think, in local government's really good. It's not just your team, effectively. There is other teams that can benefit you and support you, especially if it's elements that you're out of your depth in. With my job, construction, there's a lot of different elements that pull forward. Construction management has a look at the project management, the planning side, land, trees, all these different elements, the environment, and you pull them all in, and we've got the different departments at the Borough Council which has supported me and really helped me, and sometimes they probably don't know that they're giving me support, but me just listening to them talking about an application that we've got ongoing, we're progressing with them, I'm learning stuff to use in my degree.
My only advice that I've got for someone considering an apprenticeship in local government is just to apply. It's such a good opportunity to learn so much and get so much experience, and the knowledge that you'll gain and the relationships that you make and the experience that you get are so valuable.
I would definitely recommend an apprenticeship. I hadn't really given an apprenticeship much thought before I started doing this and didn't really understand what was involved, but it's a great way to gain hands-on, practical, useful knowledge, stuff that you'll actually be using on a day-to-day basis in your job.
Just advice would be take every chance you get and take it with both hands and try and, I know a lot of people are scared of saying yes to things and putting themselves out there, but I really would say, just say yes to everything and be confident in yourself, because you can do it.
My advice to anyone joining or thinking about joining an apprenticeship or any local government apprenticeship would be to dive in head first. It really isn't as scary as you build it up in your head. People really aren't mean in real life like you see on TV in offices and stuff like that.
I chose to do an apprenticeship degree because it's hands-on experience while learning. You progress in your career, you build on things for your career and for your future. So fundamentally, I think it's a benefit win-win for both parties involved, whether it be the local authority and yourself. Everyone's gaining from your experience.
We always say and believe that staff are our greatest asset, and it's brilliant to see so many of you undertaking apprenticeships. We really want to thank you for all the hard work you're putting into achieving your qualifications, and look forward to seeing how you go on to succeed in the future.